by Stephen Covey. The habits are in our agenda, along with tools for following the habits like a planner with goals and pages and places for scheduling what is most important.
The habits are posted around the school as reminders and help many teachers help us remember them during class when we need a little help being effective students.
Our teachers give us special recognitions when we are exhibiting the characteristics of one of the 7 habits.
Many successful and effective people visit our school each year on Community Read Aloud Day, and students were able to interview them and learn how they use the 7 habits.
Can you believe they all knew exactly what they were and used them every day?
We want to be effective in taking care of ourselves, taking care of others as we grow up into adulthood, and we believe the 7 habits will really help us with this.
Habit 1. Be proactive. You're in charge. I have a can-do attitude. I choose my actions, attitude, and moods. I don't blame others. I do the right thing without being asked, even when nobody is looking.
When you think of success, what comes to mind?
One of the main things that I think makes a successful person would have to be to understand you can only control what you can control. So when life throws you curveballs and it's just things that you didn't see coming up and it was nothing that you could control, understand that you still have yourself involved in that and you can control your behavior, your emotions, and how you handle your reaction to those unexpected things.
Which of the 7 habits helps you be successful the most?
My favorite of the 7 habits would have to be being proactive. When you take the initiative, it shows everyone around you that you're motivated to be successful, and it also is one of the biggest leadership qualities in being a highly successful person.
Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. I plan ahead and set goals. I do things that have meaning and make a difference. I am an important part of my classroom. I look for ways to be a good citizen.
When you think of success, what comes to mind?
When I think about success, probably achieving the goals that I've set out for myself is the first thing that comes to mind.
Which of the 7 habits helps you be successful the most?
The habit that makes me successful the most is probably beginning with the end in mind. I always have a plan. No matter what, I'm prepared at all times for pretty much anything I can think of. And I think about the good and the bad consequences of my actions before I act. And that's very, very important.
Thank you for your time, Tim.
You're very welcome.
Habit 3. Put first things first. I do the things that I have to do before I do things that I want to do. I stay focused on what I am doing and try to minimize distractions and regroup if I get off task. I spend my time on the things that are most important.
When you think you succeed, what comes to your mind?
Times when I've been able to help families and students and schools with different resources from the different departments that I supervise in the district. And then when we see our students achieve or get that help or assistance that they need, then I've been successful.
Which of the 7 habits help you be successful the most?
Habit number 3, put first things first. It's very important as I have many timelines that have to be followed. I make priority lists so I know what has to be done and what the deadlines are, and sometimes things come up last minute and you've got to put that at the top of the list. So putting first things first requires you to be very organized.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Habit 4. Think win-win. Everyone can win. I want to be a success. I don't have to put others down to get what I want. It makes me happy to make other people happy. I want to do nice things for others. When a problem comes up, I think of a way to solve it. We can all win.
What does success mean to you?
Well, Alexis, success is when you are able to accomplish your goals and meet the expectations of others as well.
Which of the 7 habits helped you most with your success?
I think number 4 is a really important one. It's think win-win. And that one reminds us that we should be kind and considerate of other people. if you are able to make friends and help others while you're accomplishing your goals, then you will really, truly feel like you're a winner.
Win.
Habit 5.
Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Listen before you talk. I listen to other people's ideas and feelings. I try to see things from their viewpoint. I listen to others without interrupting. I am confident in voicing my ideas. I look people in the eyes when talking.
What does success mean to you?
I think success means being able to help others grow in whatever they're trying to do to help them accomplish their goals. To me, that is success.
Which of the 7 habits helps you most with your success?
Well, when I think of the 7 habits of highly effective people, I think of habit number 5, which says seek first to understand and then be understood. And the way I look at it is I was born with 2 eyes and 2 ears and 1 mouth. So I need to listen and observe and try to understand people's feelings and what they're going through first before I start talking to them and sharing what I think.
Habit 6.
Synergize. I get along well with others and work well in groups. I value the strengths of others and allow myself to learn from them. I know that by working together as a team, we can get more done and come up with better solutions that we could alone.
When you think of success, what comes to mind?
When I think of success, what comes to mind is working with a team and accomplishing a goal together.
Which of the 7 habits help you be successful the most?
The 7 habits, the one that helps me be successful the most is habit number 6, or synergize. I learned early as a kid when I played sports, working as a team, you're able to accomplish your goals at a faster together versus apart. I've always enjoyed working as a team, even now in my professional life. Utilizing other people, gathering information from others that maybe have more insight or more knowledge than I do. So working as a team is one of the most important things when you're trying to be successful.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Fisher.
You're welcome, Andrea.
Habit 7.
Sharpen the saw. Balance feels best. I take care of my body by eating right, exercising, and get enough sleep. I find meaningful ways to help others. I spend time with my family and friends. I learn in lots of ways and places, not just in school.
When you think of success, what comes to mind?
Well, Shaquille, when I think of success, I think about how good am I at helping other people. That's one of the roles of mayor, trying to bring people together and try to help people, trying to make sure that they're successful, because I don't feel successful if I don't feel like I'm helping other people be successful.
Which of the 7 habits helps you be successful the most?
Well, I think one that really jumps out at me is sharpen your saw. Sharpening your saw, it comes from the idea of when you're out in the woods, and if you have a dull saw, it's really hard to cut down a tree or to saw things in two. So you make sure your saw is very sharp so that you can go right through that tree. Well, your body needs to be sharp too, and your mind. And the way you do that is you make sure you get plenty of sleep, eat the right things, study and do your homework, so that when people have questions for you or they have needs from you, then you'll have the answers for them, and you'll have the time for them, so that you're not so crowded and you haven't planned your day well, planned your life well enough to give them some time. So you have to make sure you prepare yourself by spending time with your family and your friends and those people who need help from you. That's sharpening your saw.
Thank you very much, Mayor Wicks.
Shaquille, it's definitely my pleasure being here with you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Jabria, I hear you have a couple of questions for me today.
When did you learn about the 7 habits?
You're not going to believe this, but I learned about the 7 habits over 20 years ago. There was a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People that I read with a group of teachers and my own principal. And every Tuesday morning, we met for breakfast before school, and we talked about the 7 habits.
Which one do you think is the most important?
Well, Jabria, one of the reasons why I wanted all of you to learn about the 7 habits of highly effective people this year is because every habit is equally important. And I think that you should learn every single one of the 7 habits and apply them in your life. I've been using them for over 20 years, and I am so proud of all of you for using them this year at our school. And over the summer, I learned there are other schools in Polk County and in the state of Florida and in the country that are using the 7 habits of highly effective people. And that's why they're in our agendas this year.
Thank you, Miss Tatum.
Thank you, Jabria.